drink some beer! 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 Beer!
Guys, I don't know what just took place there. I pressed the record button on the camera. It said that it was recording. So I'd started my brew review. Look. The Troges from Paul over at PA Brew News. It's not in the bottle anymore. It's in the glass, and there's some of it missing because I have drank it. Then the camera made the little sound that it makes when it's been on too long, and it automatically powered down, and when I turned it back on, there was nothing on there. I only have one of these. So we're going to have to improvise. Guys, hi! Thursday. Today we're going to start off with a brew review, and then I would like to have a little discussion about A&E and how they're treating Phil Robertson. But let's just do the brew review before we talk about that. This is Troges Perpetual IPA. This is 7.5% by volume, and it's from Hershey, Pennsylvania. This is from the same fine state that Paul from PA Brew News is from. So let's take a little look at it. Let's use the 50 cal opener. That just went in a shot glass. If this was a carnival where you had to do that, it would never happen. Let's take a look at the pour. Yeah, it's got good color. I feel like I didn't quite get my 12 ounces out of the bottle, but as you see, it's got good carbonation and about an inch of head. Let's try it. Well, hang on. Getting way ahead of myself here. Let's smell it. This has to be one of the finest smelling IPAs I have ever had. I almost feel like I know how this is going to taste, just by the way it smells. Make sure the camera's recording. Oh my god. Okay, so cheers, guys. I kind of feel rushed for time now, like I have, less to review. Oof. That man, that is it's almost as good the second time. It has a very... I'm standing here feeling like we've already talked about this, but I have talked about this. You guys just weren't here. It has a exceptionally fresh, crisp citrus up front. A nice blend of both the piney side and the grapefruit side. It's kind of like a blend right in the middle. Right behind that is this just wonderful, sweet, floral flavor. And now, I'm not even sure exactly what they're using to get that sweetness. I'm sure when I go look at Beer Advocate later, I'll be like, aha! It's, a lot of times you get that caramel, and I'm not really getting that really heavy caramel. And right behind that, you get this fantastic bitter dry spot, and then a little bit more. It's almost like I'm burping up, like I've had some. It's you get this nice bitter, and behind that you get another like wave of the citrus, followed by a nice like sweet biscuit or bread. Man, that is. This is good, Paul. That is a exceptional IPA. Again, I I don't even know what you thought of this, Paul, or what anyone else does. I know I'm almost positive I've reviewed something from Troges before, but this is not one of them. I know I can't get this in my area. If I could, I'd go get some more of it right now. Mm. 7.5%. You certainly do not notice the alcohol. Wow, that was a fast one. That 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 hint of the sweetness that you get makes this very wonderful, very smooth, very easy to drink. Troges Perpetual IPA. It's got really some cool graphics on there. Awesome. This, wow, this was fantastic. This is, damn, man, another 10 from Paul out there in PA Brew News. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. It's like, like this red little dot hovering right above my head on the screen saying I'm recording, and I'm just like, there it is. Pop that beer and give give my review, and half of it's gone, and then the camera just goes beep beep, shutting down. What do you mean shutting down? Okay, tomorrow back into the seasonals. Why don't we look at two Xmas from Southern Tier? An ale brewed with figs, orange peels, and spices, a variety of hops, and 4 types of malts. This is 8% by volume. And considering tomorrow, I probably will need that alcohol content. Okay. Need something to pass the time while we quickly chat. By now, because it's been, in the news and the social media, most of you guys probably know that A&E has indefinitely suspended Phil Robertson, the father on Duck Dynasty, because of comments that he made in GQ magazine. First of all, fuck you, A&E. Whatever. There's so many of our freedoms that just go by the wayside. Freedom of speech, number one. Followed by you as our government will not be infringing on my rights. Nothing about Bambi. But he made some comments, and you can go look them up. I don't want some anti-gay organization coming after me because I stand here and say I fully agree with Phil said. Basically, Phil said he likes vagina. I happen to kind of like it myself too. You guys that know me, you know, it's always, a hot button, all those things you're supposed to avoid in conversation, like politics, which I blow that on a video by video by video basis. Uh, you know, Religion, I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm not a real religious person. I believe in a God, and I live my life basically. Well, to tell you the truth, I basically live each day trying to make my grandfather proud. He's no longer with us, but he was my role model, and the fictitious caricatures of God, he kind of looked like him, and it's the way he was. He was the kind of guy at 2 o'clock in the morning, if the phone rang and somebody car broke down, he's the kind of guy that would strap on his boots and go give someone a hand. It's kind of funny because I've heard comments that my grandmother used to make, very similar to my ex-wife, like she makes about me, saying that my biggest flaw is my believing in my fellow man, and that I shouldn't, I should just distrust everybody and not help people and, do good things, that kind of thing. So that's my religious point of view. I don't really, not really actively practicing, but I do my best, and I think there's too much wonderful greatness around us for two cells to have humped in some mud, and then all of a sudden I have fingers and toes, and I'm talking to you on technology that we created, not a monkey. So basically, Phil voiced his own personal beliefs. It was pretty tame by some of the standards of even some of the shit series that are on A&E. They'll glorify a murderer like Gotti, but they will basically fire Phil Robertson from A&E for his mind and his freedom of speech. I don't know. Right there, and it'll be down in the description, is the phone number to the CEO of A&E. And I called. I tried for 2 hours, and all the circuits were. There was a lot of people calling. I finally did get through, and it went straight to an answering machine, and I left my message, basically saying, I guess it's within your rights to have on your shows who you want, but the fact that you fired him means I am going to. Bottom line is I am not going to watch anything on A&E as long as that man's not on the show. And I have to admit that I have seen the show, but I do not follow the show. My brother-in-law is kind of a nut for the show. Me and Miss Bomey actually watched one just within the last 4 days, and we thought it was funny, and we thought it was humorous, and love the fact that every show ends with them sitting around as a family. Something else that's missing from our society. All of a sudden, it's a terrible thing to be an intact family trying to raise your children. I mean, I know in my own personal life that's what I wanted, and I just happened to have picked a slut, and it didn't quite work out that way. But the end game is I ended up with both of my daughters, and they turned out very well. And one in particular is a a gun-toting nut like me that believes in my political views. Which it's quite obvious by now. She's not just emulating Dad's thoughts and wishes. Some of the stuff that she forwards me and emails me and talks to me about in discussions, she is her own defender of the Constitution and that way of life, and I'm proud of her. And you guys that asked, I'm sorry I didn't update you. The boy, which I guess because they're both over 18, the young man, he was very nice, and the fact that he wanted to come in and meet us, got kudos, and he seems like a good guy. So, at a certain point in time, you have to let go as a parent and let them make up their own minds. We can add our own comments, which I do. It was funny. It's like, oh, he wants to come in and meet you guys, and it's like, I go, oh, good thing I got the speed loader all ready to go. No, he was a good. He seems like a good kid. So a lot better than the last two. Like I said, feel free to use the number and use your voice to tell A&E what you think. I'm standing up for that man to be able to speak his mind, and without being treated like he is. Especially, right off the bat, you got some anti-gay group that immediately has to go after him because he said that he likes vagina. So, I don't know. You guys have probably already seen his comments and read them. I mean, all you have to do is do a Google search for Phil Robertson, and you'll see all the updated stuff. Like I said, though, I will provide you with the phone number to the CEO at A&E. My recommendation is to be polite. I just flat out said that compared to some of the shows I have seen on your channel, that you actually would do something like this for someone that made those comments. And personally, knowing the way that family is off of the few episodes that I've seen, I would not be surprised if the rest of them flat out won't do the show, or if they're under a contract just to sit and, I think Phil is cool right off the fact that he said that he would not do the show. They would not participate, because I guess A&E tried to cut Jesus out when they when they have their prayer at the end. When they're all getting together as a family. A family. With husband and wives and children. That's how families are done. And in case for some reason somebody that's confused about how that all works, it's there's parts, and those parts were designed by an entity to work together. I better give up while I'm not ahead. So, okay, tomorrow, looking at two Xmas from Southern Tier, and again, a big thank you to Paul. I have had some not so good brews from PA, and you have restored my faith in the state. That was wow. That was really good. And this is really good too. What is this? 9%, 9.1 to be honest. Yeah, it just makes me mad to see stuff like that. Trust me, like I said, I am never really followed the show. Guys that know me hang out and do the video chats and shit. I'm pretty much YouTube and do the video chats with my with my boys, and go to bed and do it all over again. So there isn't a lot of TV shows that I honestly watch. I'm a Sons of Anarchy freak, and been following The Walking Dead, but well, I gotta admit, man, these last few episodes and this whole the prison and the sick and the virus, it's like, come on, okay, everybody's sick, okay, that's like great, we've beaten that. Last episode kind of picked up a little bit, but so yeah, I don't really do a lot of TV, to be honest. But when I see someone like him, who I think just seems like a good guy. I mean, what's the guy worth? Like $1 zillion, and still that just lives in a modest home, probably on like 1,000+ acres, but I stand behind the kind of person that that he seems to be, and the comments that he made. If you differ, that's fine. Everybody has their own opinion, and that's what's lost. The fact that you can't seem to have an opinion because Big Brother will come for you. Unless, of course, you follow along, and it's like, oh yeah, it's like I'm all for gay homosexual midgets who like to, I don't know. Sorry, dyed in the wool, support the what our founding fathers fought and died for, and what our young men and women in the military fight and die for to support. That's what I stand behind. And people like A&E and that kind of shit, I got no time for you. I won't be watching your show, I won't be watching your channel, I won't be supporting anybody that advertises with you, if that's the stance you're going to take. So, okay guys, off the soapbox. And we will see you tomorrow on Friday. Oh, in case anybody has actually made it to this point, because I don't know if I'm going to do anything else tonight. I think I'm going to go spend the evening with Ms. Bomey. You saw the logo video that went up. A bunch of people, probably the one that's been the most vocal about this was Midwest Middle Class, said, that logo looks awesome, but, if it actually looked like your 1911, like with your Celtic grips, that would sure be sweet. So I gave her a email and said, I've already done the video showing these guys what the back of the shirt's going to look like, but is there any chance that you could at least put the Celtic grips on there? He said, absolutely, send me a picture of the grips. Well, I sent him the picture of the grips, and then for the fun of it, I sent him the picture of the gun, and he decided to do that. Yep. He put the Celtic grips on, and he put the scaled serrations that are on my 1911. That's you guys got to see it before anyone else did. I think that just looks Looks awesome. You know, feedback. I don't care. I think it looks awesome. So, okay. Yeah, so you guys are updated. I think that's awesome. I mean, seriously, last night at like 9 o'clock, hey Ray, is there any chance that you could put the Celtic grips on there? Because a bunch of guys have asked, and you know that it is my 1911. Sure, send me a picture. This morning, I don't know, 9 o'clock. What do you think? I decided to add the serrations too. That is it! Okay, so. Now what? Sorry, I blew up right there. See you tomorrow.